Hello, everybody.
Hi, folks. Roll off. I don't think we have sound.
We do have sound.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
picking up.
picking up? Perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So hello, everybody.
Hello,
It's
everybody.
good to see you all again for another Makera live stream, whether it's morning, evening, afternoon. We saw a lot of folks connecting to us from all over the world. So thank you again for joining. And of course, many of you are joining on YouTube, Facebook, and we're on Instagram as well on our social channels. As a quick reminder, we have our chats here, so we'll be keeping an eye on your comments. You'll also be able to enter in a few special giveaways during this stream, except for our Instagram users. Your comments cannot be entered in the giveaways, so only viewing from Instagram. Both Facebook and YouTube comments can participate. So listen, we have a lot of great stuff to talk about, but before we do, a couple quick introductions. My name's Jason. I am the Education Director for Makera, and once again, I'm joined by my colleague here, Roloff, not through a screen, but next to me here.
In the flesh.
Yeah,
it's been great. It's been great. Those of you that don't know me, I'm the User Experience Director for Makera. And we are still in China, in Beijing, at the headquarters.
Yeah, indeed.
And we are having a bunch of fun. We are learning so much about the machine, about the team. And, you know, we've got so many exciting things to show you.
Indeed.
This live stream, I think, is one of them. So I saw a lot of excitement in the chat.
Yep.
We're gonna show you something very cool today.
Spoiler, it is our new dust collector. So we will be answering a lot of the questions, the reveal, when can you get it, how much does it cost, and we're even giving a number of them away through this stream. So stay tuned for that. Before we do, though, a couple cool and quick reminders about what's going on right now. In case you missed it, we did another stream here at the HQ last week with our CEO, Josh Jung.
Yep.
So you can, of course, catch the recording for that. Josh sat with us in this room, and we chatted about his own passion for making, what Makera does. We, of course, revealed our winners to the Reddit contest, which was amazing. And again, congratulations to those folks who won some things, and thank you to all 80-something participants who shared their awesome projects. Those projects were just still so cool.
Man, like, it's so cool. I still just want to start making things.
I know. And the variety and the inspiration of what folks were making were really something special, right?
Yeah,
so that was superb. So you can, of course, check the recording for that as we go. And then we also have our Prime Day sale, right? So the Prime Day sale ends on June 30th, right? So, I'm sorry, July 30th. So you have a couple days left on that. I think you can save somewhere around up to $500 depending on how much your order is. So it's kind of like buy more, save more. And for our stream viewers, we have an additional coupon code for you that if you use the coupon code Prime Day, all one word, at checkout, that will save you an extra $100 off on a machine purchase for either the Carvera or the Carvera Air.
Yeah, that should be on the banner down here. So check that out. Obviously, the more you spend, the more you save. And the sooner the better. Things are just getting more expensive. So definitely something we should just go for it.
Hopefully, after seeing all those Reddit contests, right? If you're motivated to make something, right, now's the time. And remember that sales on a lot of things. So it's site wide. So bits, accessories, right? So if you're thinking about making a project, now's probably a time to take that leap and get into it.
Yeah, talking about something cool and something you can also spend money on, our new dust collector. Let's first just talk about why we need dust collection.
Yeah,
I think that's the main topic. Why do you need this product? Now, dust collection there's a few reasons you can use dust collection for. Obviously, the first thing is chip extraction. Now, this is to make your part, to actually see what your milling tool is doing. So to keep it from debris. And it can also help with clogging. So to remove debris from your cut or wherever you're cutting like that. So we have a dust shoe, obviously, on all our machines. So if you connect a dust shoe to it and connect that up to a shop vac or any vac, then you can, obviously, it's used to clear chips, and also keep things nice and clean so you can see your part and chip extraction. So that's the main things.
And there's benefits to doing that with a lot of different materials, right? Folks typically think that we're doing dust collection only for wood, right? But usually the main reason we use it for wood is that traditionally other materials with very heavy chips, aluminum, heavy acrylics that sort of spiral and make long chips, most dust collection systems just physically can't be used for extraction. So you would typically use potentially the air assist that's built into to blow chips away, which does help you keep your part cool, does help you see, but certainly doesn't give you a clean working environment, right? It kind of just blows everything inside your chamber, and then you have to clean it up afterwards, right?
Yep.
And what we're talking about right now are these, right? So this is not the new Makera dust collection unit. This is like a traditional shop vacuum, right? So this is going to, you probably have something like this. It's very large. It's very, almost the size of this machine. Yeah. It's not very clean in terms of what it does. So it sort of spits out a lot of dust out here. Everything sort of comes around, and it's also extremely loud. Real quick, turn your volume down because I'm going to turn this thing live here. So this is going to be kind of loud. Our microphone should kick in, but it's going to be loud at first just for demonstration. Everyone brace yourself. Here we go. That's a pretty loud. What? Yeah, it's loud. It's loud, right?
It's pretty loud.
So sorry about that. But listen, it's really loud. In fact, this is significantly louder than our milling machine. And the vacuum should not be louder than a mill that's machining aluminum, right? You certainly don't want this running all day. And these vacuums aren't designed to run all day.
Yeah.
You'll get motor burnout, right? And also when you go to clean these things, I hate cleaning these because when you open this up, you have the filter here and there's dust everywhere and, bags. And it's also so easy for potentially, chips and shavings to get into the motor housing. It's a mess. It's not great. It's not great. So this is a traditional type of vacuum dust collection system.
They're usually quite ugly too.
Yeah, that one happens to be kind of chrome and slick, but I know mine at home is plastic and dirty, and it's just a mess. It's not an ideal scenario, right? So that is, for those of you that might be new to milling, new to CNC machining, that is sort of your traditional setup of what you might be doing. Yeah. Of course, that is not what we're talking about in this stream.
No, that's not. No. It's an example. But,
it is an example.
We have something else. I think we should.
I think we have a better example.
Yeah, I think we have something better we can show you guys.
You guys ready for the better example?
Yeah.
Because it's a box. But this is it. This is the brand new Makera Cyclone Dust Collection unit, right? So this guy is pretty fantastic here. And we are super excited to spend the rest of the stream showing you all about it, showing you what it does, getting into it, showing you the details of it, and also connecting it to this Carvera Air and doing some machining live on camera here. So you can see the effectiveness of it, so you can hear it and things like that as we go. To be super clear, we are going to unbox this guy, but this is not a detailed unboxing video. So we're going to give you the ins and outs as sort of a sneak peek and preview in the stream, but we will have a much more detailed unboxing video that you'll actually, if you choose to purchase this, when it comes to you, you'll be able to scan it and follow along with a way more detailed unboxing video. But all of you joining here in the stream get to see it firsthand. Yeah. Ready to dive in?
Let's go for it.
Let's go. So we're going to rip off this tape here. Let's see. Get into this box.
It's not as dramatic unboxing as our machines.
It's pretty dramatic. It's pretty dramatic.
There's a lot less parts.
It is. Yeah, there's a lot less parts.
I got you.
It's quite compact. Yeah, thank you. Give me that. Some good styrofoam here. Yeah, we're ready? Everyone ready here?
Let's go.
Ta-da! So right off the bat, much smaller than that vacuum that we had here. Yep. Our dust collection unit is a much smaller unit. It's also, I think, personally, way more aesthetically pleasing. Looks pretty slick. It's, of course, totally aluminum body here with the plastic enclosure at the bottom here. So it's solid, it's metal. It, of course, is designed to match and complement our machines, the Carvera and Carvera Air. But you can, of course, use it with any CNC milling machine.
Yeah.
And listen, we're going to go over the key details of this thing, but right off the bat, we'll tell you a couple facts. When this goes on retail, full retail, which will be sometime in mid-September or so, it will be $599 US. But there is a pre-sale event that we are going to launch tonight or today during this stream that will allow you to get it for $499. And we'll talk about the details on how to go through and how to actually order this. And again, we are going to give a bunch of these away as well. So again, the pre-sale is going to go live during the stream. And then full retail and shipments will start in mid-September.
That's right. That's right. Now, as you can see, we had the finish of the machine. It suits kind of well next to our machines. This finish that it's got on it, like we wanted to fit our ecosystem. So that's also why we wanted to create it. We had this conversation with Josh on our stream also the other day, and we are creating an ecosystem around our machines. So this is one of the main reasons we focused on designing this, creating this. And also we had many users asking questions about what vacuum you can use with our machines.
And so, can you find one that's good for aluminum and wood? And the short answer was no, not really. Not one that was quiet enough that you'd want to run.
Yeah, there is many machines available, that you can still use with the machine. A big shop vac system is still a good option. But if you want an elegant indoor machine that you can use with our machine, that's not very loud. And then also you don't have to 3D print any fittings. This works with our machines. It's designated for it.
Yeah.
It can also work with other machines, if possible.
Yeah.
I know people 3D print, parts and fittings and things like that. So you could use it for other purposes.
Of course.
But for our main goal is just to add to this
ecosystem where you have the CNC milling machine that can do about anything, the accessories that can do about anything, and also, of course, the software that can help you do about anything.
That's right.
And also, it's important to note, and we'll open this thing up here in just a minute, that not only can you use this for dust extraction through a variety of filtrations, this will also work as air purification for laser engraving under most circumstances as well, because as you know, hopefully, the Carvera Air has an optional laser, and the Carvera has a built-in diode laser as well. So that's also a really cool feature. So we'll get into that a little bit more. I think before we open this thing up and we do some of those nitty-gritty, we should give some away. So we're going to do our first giveaway of the stream. We're going to do 3 giveaways where we're giving away 2 dust collection units, Cyclone Dust Collectors here. So get your keyboards ready, because how this works is we're going to throw a keyword on the screen. You have to enter that keyword exactly as we say in the chat. So you'll type the keyword when we give it to you. It has to be capitalized like we say, exactly like that. You can only enter once, even if you type a bunch of times. And then we're going to do a lucky draw where we're going to be giving away 2 of these Cyclones now and more later. A couple key quick reminders. In order to win this, you have to make sure that you are following/subscribing. So if you're watching on YouTube, you should subscribe to the Makera YouTube account. If you're on Facebook, you should follow us, Instagram, like us, and follow us, etc. Right? So make sure that you're a follower and subscriber. So if you're not, do that now. Everyone just push that button as you're there. I think on YouTube it's here, and Facebook it's here, and Instagram it's, I don't know, somewhere, right? So make sure you're pressing that button. And while these guys are, as I mentioned, going to start shipping mid-September, those of you that win it will get priority. So yours will be the first to ship when these guys go out. So are you ready to go for the first keyword?
Let's go. So I'm going to type in the keyword here,
which is
clean.
Hashtag clean.
Hashtag clean.
Capital C. Yeah, hashtag clean.
Start collecting.
Let's go, folks. Here we go.
Keyboard's ready. Although we appreciate your enthusiasm, you can only enter once.
You can only enter once. One entry here.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people excited and positive to win these machines. I like the attitude. I like the
positive thinking, folks. Positive thinking.
There we go. We have a bunch of entries. We're going up to 180. How many people do we have on the stream? 622. That's the most people we've had on the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Let's see how many entries we get here, folks. So lots of hashtag clean. And again, this is just the first giveaway of several. So we're going to be doing this a few times throughout the stream as we go here. All of them will be giving away our new Cyclone Dust Collector.
Only half of the people have entered.
Which is good. Good odds for you folks.
Check your spelling. 270. Should we give it like one more minute, or
let's give it one more minute? Yeah. And again, they're going to have a couple chances here. As a reminder, in order to win, not only do you have to, your name has to be picked, you have to make sure that you're a follower or subscriber on our Makera social channels. So make sure you do that. That's important. Make sure you are a follower and a subscriber. I see lots of folks are entering from YouTube. Some folks are entering from Facebook, which is awesome. As a reminder, if you're viewing us on Instagram right now, your comments cannot be entered in this drawing, only YouTube or Facebook.
All right.
Ready? Let's do the first draw.
Let's go. First draw.
Who's going to be the first Cyclone Dust Collector owner? It's exciting. Neil Bartlett, congratulations. You just got the first Makera Cyclone Dust Collector.
That's our first customer.
That is. So let's do another. We're going to give a second one away right now. Here we go.
Let's go. And our second winner, Nick
Stack, congratulations. You are the second Cyclone winner, but not the only. Again, we're going to give away a few more of these throughout the stream, so stay with us, folks. And as a reminder, for all of our winners, you have to like/follow us on our social channels. You have to screenshot your account, so whether that's your YouTube account info, your Facebook account info, and send that screenshot to info@makera.com what we'll do is we'll get in touch with you. We'll figure out your shipping address. And then once we begin to ship these Cyclone Dust Collectors, yours will be the first to go out, right? And again, that's estimated mid-September.
Lovely, lovely.
So listen, I think we will, of course, talk more about how the pre-sale goes once we actually launch our pre-sale. But now I think let's get hands-on with this thing. Some folks are asking about how do the filters work, all that stuff. So we're going to bring up a close cam here like this, right? So you guys can see a little bit better. I think that's nice. Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. And let's dive in here, Roel.
Yeah, I'll start us off.
Open this thing up.
Just to kind of explain to you the filtration system. Okay, there's many things we can touch on, but I think I'll just focus on the dual stage filtration system that we have. So we have a motor. We also had a question on the YouTube. Maybe I'll just introduce that. That's the first part of the vacuum is the motor with the exhaust. So the debris cannot get to the fan of the motor. You know, that is far away from the inlet. And the cyclone system, so there's two parts to this vacuum. Let me open up this top here. So this is like a very nice seal at the top.
Yeah, airtight gasket seal.
Yeah, and then I'll turn this a little bit. You can see what the top looks like that.
Yeah.
And then this is the main inlet for the debris. So at the back here, this is what gets connected to your machine, and then the debris gets the air of the vacuum gets filtered to the top. And then the cyclone system is right under this part where it falls down into the in the dust collection chamber.
It's a constant cyclone, like a true cyclone unit. Kind of think of like a turbo or a cyclone separation that's allowing all of that heavy debris to fall.
Yes.
While all the thinner stuff comes to this filter.
Yeah, that's correct. And then the filter that we have here, I think I'll just open up this too.
Yeah.
So first it's got just a mesh dust filter, and then we have our cartridge, our filter cartridge.
Why don't you hold that there?
Yeah, and that is our filter cartridge. This is also consists of two parts. The top is a HEPA filter, the top part of it, and the bottom is an active carbon filter. Yep. So this will be replaceable. We will give you instructions on when to replace this. Obviously, it depends on use. On everybody's case is different, so it depends on use. But they last quite long. You know?
And with that removed, show everyone you can actually see down there. Yeah, you can see the motor entry point.
That is the motor entry point. So you can see like no debris will ever get to that point because it needs to pass this filter, or this cartridge filter. So yeah, it's very easy to open up, service. You know, you can clean up the inside, and sleek and easy to use. We also have a little feature that you can't use you can't use it without the filter. So there's a little safety button there. So that's built in as well, so you can't damage the motor. So, and you can also see there's some vents on the side. So there's built-in cooling for the PSU that's built into this thing. So it can run for long durations of time.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's well said. And some folks are wondering, like, how is it so quiet? And it's not only the fact that we chose really high quality parts, high quality motors and things like that, and it's fully concealed and airtight in here. But we also have the sound, the exhaust go through an air baffler, right? So a really cool air baffler that actually reduces that sound, which is how this comes down to, a maximum of 70 decibels in normal operation circumstances, right? So that is quite quiet, much more quiet than that large vacuum we had earlier.
And that's also running it at full volume.
That's at full volume, of course. Yeah, that's at full power, right? I'm going to get this back together. Let's open up the bottom half here. So I'm going to insert this filter, right? And you have to make sure that it's inserted all the way. So it's pushing down on that safety switch or else the vacuum will not operate. And I'll get the first stage sponge filter in here, which is washable. So some folks were asking, can you reuse the filters? Yeah. The main cartridge is not washable, but you can clean it with, a brush, a vacuum, extend the life of that. And then this sponge filter on top, this pre-filter, is washable that you can also clean as you go, which will extend the life of that before you need to replace. So this is all closed up here. And let me get this vacuum lid back on. And let's look at some of the other features, right? So right here on the front, you have this dial as you go. And when we get this connected to the machine, you'll see that there's essentially two operation modes. One of them is automatic. That will trigger when the machine turns on. So if the machine is milling, the vacuum will turn on. When the machine stops milling, and I mean like the spindle, the vacuum will turn off. You also have manual control. So you can also manually adjust your overall power and output volume. The connection ports on the back of this, Roloff already showed you the actual overall inlet port. Down here, you can see that we have our power. We have our power switch, power cable, and this is the actual accessory port that will connect directly to the Carvera Air. For our Carvera users, an adapter will be available in the future. So if I open this guy up, you have a nice 6-liter container that's clear. I also love, and this is really important for me, when I take off this top unit, the bottom is perfectly flat. So that is the Cyclone here that you can see. Somebody's asking if it's square. No, it's a round Cyclone. You can see straight into the Cyclone here, which means that you can clean that nice and easily. All the parts clip out and things like that. But what I really love about this is when I take this unit off, I can just put it down, which is nice. So that means when I come in here and I clean out my dust filter, it's nice and easy. And what I have in here are just some of the things. So we have our connection cables for power. I have our dust pipe, which we can actually connect to our machine. And then this is a pre-sponge filter, which can be used for laser engraving operations, right? So the sponge filter, if you are going to use this as an air purifier for laser engraving, meaning that it's actually filtering the air, what you can do is you can, of course, use your internal HEPA filter and activated carbon filter that we showed earlier, but you can also take this sponge filter, which inserts into your dust pipe, and then fits on as a pre-filter for laser engraving too. Now we're saying most circumstances because let's take into account that there's a lot of different size laser engravers out there. Our Carvera and Carvera Air use a diode unit as more of an accessory laser. It's a rather, it's a 5-watt diode laser for most circumstances. And if you're laser engraving fibrous materials, wood, things like that, this should perform fine. If you're doing extended industrial laser engraving operations, if you're laser engraving really thick, heavy acrylic particles, this unit was not designed for that extensive, full-size industrial lasers. Again, it was really designed to be more of an accessory purification unit for our CNC machines that happen to have a laser engraving module as well. So we're not going to be doing laser engraving on the stream, so I'm going to take that sponge filter out, but we will be connecting this to our CNC to get this operating as we do some milling in this stream later on, right? Which is super cool, super cool. I think, did we cover all the specs? I think
one more thing is just how it has got the smart control modes.
Yeah, the smart control modes, right?
So that if that's connected to your machine and your spindle turns on, then the vacuum will automatically turn on with the spindle.
It will also detect if there's any type of clog, a pressure clog or anything like that, which it typically wouldn't happen in the actual Cyclone. The Cyclone system really is very difficult to clog with all the heavy particles falling down. But there could potentially be a clog in your line, your dust pipe, right? So if something gets clogged in the dust pipe before it gets to the Cyclone, this will actually detect it. It'll give you a little error code, change the lights of that and things like that, right? So very smart control.
And that also makes it nice for if you're using this vacuum and you're not at your machine, you're remotely doing something, the vacuum will switch off when your job is done. So if you go to bed or something like that, you don't have to worry that the whole vacuum is still running through the whole night.
Absolutely, like that. Absolutely, right? Although it was designed to. It's designed to run. It's got cooling systems in there to actually allow this to run nonstop, right? And some folks were just asking some more technical specs, right? So 200-watt motor. It can spin up to 40,000 RPM for the actual Cyclone system there, giving you a max air pressure of 12 kPa and also 900 liters per minute draw in terms of air pull, right? So that is a pretty significant and pretty powerful dust collection unit. I'll be honest, that'll be really difficult for us to show you on the stream. We'll do our best. We're going to do some milling so you can see that power draw, but really, I know when we had this at Open Source, and you can, of course, check out some of our interviews and things like that from Open Source, we had this running, and some folks were actually physically doing this like, whoa, that's quiet and has a ton of suction. So we'll do our best to show you that through the camera. But some of those things, of course, it's going to be difficult to see until you experience it. But
we also have some live or some new videos out from some of the users that's already been testing this.
Yeah, some beta models went out to some of our folks. So definitely check out those things on our stream. Our stream here.
Great stuff. I think what we can do, maybe we could start setting up for the live demo. And then while we're doing that, I think, what do you think about we giving another?
I think, and then we'll give some more away. So why don't you get the giveaway ready? I will show folks, if I just move my laptop out of here, how slick this looks when I bring it over here next to our Carvera Air. And again, you can connect this to the Carvera as well. The Carvera, of course, has a built-in vacuum unit, but it's not nearly as powerful or as large as this one. So if you're using the Carvera and you're trying to pull bigger aluminum particles and things like that, the Cyclone system would, of course, be compatible with both the Carvera and the Air and other CNC machines if you want to hook that up as well. So the dust pipe is pretty straightforward. It's bespoke to actually connect directly to our machine in the port on the back, as mentioned. You have this accessory plug, which will connect directly to the control port on the back of the dust collection unit. And then on the Carvera Air, for those of you familiar, next to your emergency stop port, there is an extension port that this will also connect to. And as mentioned, for our Carvera users, there'll be an adapter in the near future. So this guy is connected.
All right.
Maybe we can.
I see a lot of cleans coming through.
Oh, they're guessing the keyword.
Yeah, that is not the keyword, guys. We're going to change the keyword. I love someone.
But stay on your toes. That's good. That's good. I think real quick before, should we do a quick power?
Yeah, let's do a power and just maybe like a volume test.
Yeah.
Maybe our mics does have noise.
Yeah, so this is probably not going to be the best thing here. So what's
Yeah.
going to happen is I'm going to turn this on manual mode. You'll hear some noise, and then the microphones will then kind of go and do a little bit of dampening on its own. But hopefully, based on when I did that super loud vacuum earlier, there's some type of difference. Again, audio through a Zoom webcam and things like that is not the best test, but we'll do our best here. So right now it's waiting for the machine to turn on. The machine's off, but I'm going to do some manual volume control. Everybody ready? And now we're on here.
Yeah, I think we're running. I think we might have some.
Did we freeze?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, folks. If you can hear us, we have some technical issues with our stream.
We do have audio going.
I think our audio is coming through. Folks, give us 1 second. Let's see if we can free up our video here. Sorry, everybody, some technical issues, but you can hear us. So hopefully that sounded great. Okay, folks, so we found the issue. It's just a minor issue with one of our cameras here, our wide shot. So you can hear me here and you can see my machine cam. Sorry about that. Listen, while we get our second camera on, we're going to dive right into our next giveaway. So let's get our keywords ready. We're going to give away two more dust collection units here. So get your keyboards ready. The second keyword is going to be.
Yes, give me a second here.
I see some of you are guessing. The second keyword is going to be hashtag Cyclone with a capital C. Hashtag Cyclone.
Cyclone. Hashtag Cyclone.
Ready? And here we go, folks. Hashtag Cyclone. So again, we're going to be giving away two more Makera Cyclone Dust Collectors in this giveaway while we figure out what's going on with one of our cameras here. So hashtag Cyclone. Oh, I think we're back. Are we back? Can you see us? Hey, you can see us again, though, folks. Excellent. So sorry about that. Sorry about the minor technical issues with one of our cameras. But here we go. Hashtag Cyclone. We see some folks coming in. What's our count here? They're coming up 200 and something.
Yeah, 250. We are.
All right, we're climbing. So again, we're
numbers.
going to be giving away a couple more of these Cyclone Dust Collectors. Same thing as with earlier. You have to make sure that you subscribe to us. You follow us on, again, either YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're viewing this. Both Facebook and YouTube comments can participate in this giveaway. I see lots of folks are, of course, chatting from YouTube. Some of us are chatting from Facebook, which is great. Anyone who's viewing on Instagram, again, your comments cannot be entered in this contest, but YouTube and Facebook can. So hashtag Cyclone. Again, we will, once these start to ship, all the winners from this stream will be the first priority once these start to go out mid-September, right? Yep. And I think we are just about there. Let's draw.
Let's do it.
Two more Makera Cyclone Dust Collectors. Ready, steady, go.
All right, let's see. I saw an @Cyclone. It's a hashtag Cyclone.
Hashtag Cyclone.
Yucano.
Congratulations, you just won a Makera Cyclone Dust Collector. Congrats, congrats. You are now our third recipient, which is awesome, but we have one more that we're going to do right now and
Let's
more
do it
to
again.
come. So here we go.
Let's do
Who's
it
the
again.
next winner?
Let's go.
I'll do a drum roll on the Cyclone. The winner is going to be
Dark Matter Lab.
awesome. Congratulations to you as well. You are a Makera Cyclone Dust Collector recipient. So those are our 4 recipients right now. We have more coming later in the stream. And again, as a quick reminder to all of our winners, you have to make sure that you are a follower and subscriber for our Makera channels. You have to screenshot your account info, whether that's on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you won from. Send that to info@makera.com. We'll get in touch with you. We'll figure out your location. And once these start to ship, you will get priority as we send these out. So congratulations to those winners, but of course, stay tuned for more. And again, sorry for that minor technical issue there, guys. For some reason, our one camera decided it wanted to go to bed, but it's back. It's back. You can see us, and we still have a couple things, of course. I don't know how that sound test went. Excuse me, but we're gonna do some more machining, right? So you'll hear this live as we go.
Yep.
I think what we prepared for you guys is a pretty simple thing. We have some wood, some hardwood. It's a walnut with a painted surface in here. We're going to machine a pocket to make some dust, so that way you'll get to see this thing live, and we'll also show you what it's like with and without some dust collection as well. So let's go ahead and pull up our controller app if we can, right? So we can get that guy going here. And what that's going to do is that will allow us to actually show you how you can automatically turn this on during the machining process as well. So we should be able to pull that up here, which is great. And I'm going to switch to our mini cam like this. There we go. Roloff, talk us through.
Yeah, so what I did here was just a quick test. You know, we couldn't do like a big relief or something like that because we are on the live stream. So we try to just keep it basic. It's just our new logo, the M of our new logo. If you guys haven't seen that, we have upgraded our logo, which is quite cool. And now what I'm going to do over here on the controller is, first of all, we're just going to do I'm just going to open this controller. I'm just going to run the config and then just do a Z height of our material.
Yep.
Currently tool 1 should be mounted. I'm going to hit run on this. And it's just gonna prompt us for to put the probe in.
Yep.
And I think you'll see Jason's hands on the machine over there.
Please hold. I'll get the auto probe.
Let me see if I can. You got it?
Yep. Go ahead and confirm for me.
Confirm. Now it will automatically detect that the probe has been loaded. And then it'll do a little scan margin. I'm not going to do auto leveling on this material just because this material is quite flat. So we don't have to do that, but that's obviously an option.
Excellent.
I'm not sure if you can see on that machine there. Let's see if
I'm just getting our dust collector ready. Of course, we are connected already. We did that before.
So it just finished the scan margin, and now it will do the Z height detection and set the Z to 0 on top of the material. So we have a piece of walnut here that we painted like with a slight coat of white paint, just to kind of give you the contrast on the camera. So I hope that actually showcases. Now it's going to go over. It did the Z probe. Now we're going to change to the tool.
Yep. For those of you that are new to the Carvera, what this LED will do is it'll, of course, not only change color for you, but it will also change depending on what tool is needed. So right now I have a single LED flashing because that's telling me that I need tool 1. So if you excuse my arm here, I'm just going to really quickly pop out our auto probe and load tool 1 into the spindle using the quick lock. And I also want to point out that there is a safety feature that does not allow our machines to run and operate with the lid open.
Yeah.
We have that disabled right now for demonstration purposes, but if you were running this in your shop at home, or if you're running this in a school or a makerspace, we always recommend that, of course, you operate this with the lid closed, right? So that is only for optimal viewing for you right now, but please avoid doing that in your own space. All right, I think we can hide the controller, and let's just go big cam. And we should see the vacuum kick on. And hopefully you can see a lack of dust in the machining there, folks.
So I think what we can do,
Yeah.
what we obviously showcase this very well, is maybe we can pause the machine and then showcase this to them without.
The difference. Yeah, the difference, right? So we have this running here. Of course, we can see that, that's why we painted this wood. So you have some really high contrast there. So you can see that there's very little dust on the machine. But yeah, let's pause this.
Yeah, so I just paused it.
Right? Why don't you lift that for me?
I'm going to lift this up for you.
And turn off the spindle.
And then I'm going to turn off the spindle.
Yep. Okay, with the spindle off, I'm going to remove this dust shoe. Okay, give me 1 sec, roll up. All right, so now no vacuum.
No vacuum.
Let's bring this back on.
I'll turn the spindle back on.
I have the vacuum turned off right now, so the vacuum will not turn on.
Yeah. And let's hit play again, just to continue to cut. This will kind of show you the difference that will happen if you're using the dust collection without the dust collection.
Somebody's asking the material. This is walnut, so it's a hardwood, but we just painted the surface to give you like a nice contrast of the actual machining here.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dust.
That's a lot of chips. Obviously, the deeper you go, the different materials that you can use. Always, I think I'm at a pass here of 2 millimeter per pass. So the deeper the pass is, the more the material would be. Also, the thicker the chips would be. So yeah, this is a good representation of how dirty it can get in here. And then I think should we pause it and
let me clean this up. This is very dirty. So let's clean this up. Go ahead and pause it for me here, Roa.
Let me pause this guy.
Turn off the spindle.
Turn off the spindle. Lift up Z, just so we can get that dust shoe back. And I'll switch off the spindle.
All right, with the spindle off, let me just do a quick clean. You can also, of course, use this not only while you're machining here. Yeah. If I put this on manual control, got to clean up the area here a little bit, make this a little better for you guys. I'm not sure how well my microphone is showing you that this vacuum is rather quiet, but of course it is.
Yeah, his microphone is right on the machine.
I'm literally leaning on the vacuum right now, so on our dust collector right now. So, hopefully that's not too loud. But there we go. Let me reconnect this here. And
do you want to maybe just clean up that other side as well?
Just yeah, so of course. Of course.
Can you reach there?
Of course. Yeah. Let me see if I can. Why don't you pass this to me around here?
All right.
And turn that on for me.
So obviously, if you're doing manual cleaning, then you just have to switch on the vacuum manually.
Super easy.
There we go.
Nice and clean. Excellent.
Nice. Let's set it back to auto.
Yep.
And now let's get that dust shoe back on. And then.
Okay.
Is it that camera this side again?
I think we're good.
And we are ready to start milling again. Turn the spindle back on. Close. And then I will hit play on this. I think we lost video on our one camera again.
But the machine cam should be showing you that it is not dusty. So again, I don't know what's going on with our main camera here, folks, but the machine cam is working quite well. And compared to what we had before, we have essentially no dust as we're machining using our Cyclone Dust Collector. So you can see that the shoe's doing a nice job trapping all the material here, picking it up as it goes through and as it machines, right? So nice and clean.
I think that's a good example of what it can achieve. Obviously, the way that your job is set up on your material will also affect how the dust shoe sits onto your parts. Obviously, you want to create the parts, as center as possible in your stock to make sure the dust shoe can actually work with it. And obviously, the longer your tool is, if the tool is very long, the dust shoe might be a little bit higher in the air, so it wouldn't have the best clearance to actually pick up all the chips. Obviously, it's not 100%. It's not going to pick up every single dust chip, but it does a really good job at just keeping things clean, and so you can actually see what you're doing, and you can see the part.
Yeah. And again, right now, we're hoping that the audio sounds okay with me literally sitting next to the dust collector at the exhaust and running a mill cutting through hardwood with the lid open. But compared to any setup that I've ever used in my shops at home, I've never been able to run a stream or do a recording or things like that with all of these things running literally right here next to me. So hopefully that's coming through for you guys.
And we don't have to scream at each other. That's also a little bit better. Usually when a shop vac's running, you can barely have a conversation.
Yeah, no, and I can hear you fine. So this is a lovely chat, right? So that's super cool. So again, sorry for the camera technical issues, but it's good that the machine, the Cyclone, all of that is working. I guess that's why we're really here for this stream.
I guess that's things that can happen if you do these things live. We could have just made a video, just an edited video.
But no. We want to share.
We want to give away some machines. We want to include you guys.
Yeah, which is exciting. And some folks are asking, how does it do with heavy chips like aluminum? It performs beautifully with that, right? Because of how that Cyclone operates, all of those heavy particles are pulled and then dropped directly to the bin. Only your fine particles will run through those filters and reduce any odors and things like that before they exit into your space, right? So that gives you clean air, non-odor air that you're breathing in and things like that. And all of those heavy particles will drop directly into this larger container for things like aluminum with heavy chips and even acrylic. Again, I was really impressed with how well this works for acrylic particles that are so long and spirally and things like that. Again, pulling into your unit here, which works great. So it looks like we're machining. And again, you guys can see, hopefully you can see that we're machining our new logo, right? And because the vacuum or dust collector is doing such a nice job, it is pretty clear. And while this is a pretty quick project that should be done in just a couple minutes here, this is designed to run forever, right? You can run this a long time. It's got really clever cooling and things like that. So it's designed to run continuously, nonstop, for the duration of your project, even if you're machining something for hours and hours and hours. And again, when the machine stops, this will stop, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've seen many people use their machines. I deal with a lot of customers that use those machines. And some of people are running jobs that's like 24 hours. So complex the jobs are. And in most cases, a shop vac will just be for a whole day. You're going to work with temperatures that gets really high. So this is so suitable for people doing such advanced jobs. So definitely something to check out for people using it for long duration.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see if there's any other questions here. Yeah. Let's see. We're not set up to do an aluminum chip cleaning right now, so sorry about that. But of course, we have some more videos and some reviewers that ran this through some aluminum testing already on our channel. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot more content coming out for that, which is great. Let's see. Other questions. Somebody asking, can it work for laser engraving? Yes. Again, under most laser engraving circumstances, this will work as an air purification system as well. If you add that secondary sponge filter, right? So that will give you a pre-filter before it goes through the HEPA filter and the activated carbon filter. So this comes with every Cyclone unit, and adding that will allow you to use it for laser engraving. And somebody's asking, is it safe for carbon fiber material, right? So it's designed to pick up 99% of all those small particles there as you're going. So of course, when you're cutting fibrous materials like carbon fiber, like fiberglass, things like that, it is a little bit more dangerous as you're running through. So you have to be very careful with those materials as you're going finish there, which is pretty sweet. I think
Yeah.
I don't think I have to go over and clean that off. I think that looks pretty clean there. Which
Yeah,
is
like
pretty
you,
good.
like you can see, there might be like 1 or 2 dust particles.
Some
still-
big chips that escape through the shoe, right? But
that'll happen. in
all of
the-
that surface dust, all of those fine dust particles have been collected by the Cyclone. And
Yeah.
to the folks that's asking about carbon fiber, that's really what you need. Those carbon fiber dust particles, the fiberglass dust particles, can be very dangerous, right? So whenever you're machining those, you always want to make sure you're machining with a fully enclosed CNC.
Yeah.
Of course, with your dust collection unit running high. And then even after, when you handle those parts after machining, you want to make sure you handle them with extreme care and wash any particles that stick to that.
Yeah.
But yes, this is designed to handle all of those materials very effectively, which is super cool. I think some folks are asking us, how do they get one? Which now I think is a good time. We have one more giveaway. We're going to give some more away later. I think now it's a good time to actually launch our pre-sale, right? So to get the pre-sale live here.
Yeah. So so exciting. We will share a link to the website, and are we going to open the website?
Yeah, let's show
Can we
folks how to
share
do
that?
this. We can make this go live now. So it depends on whether you're connecting through our global website or the website in the US. We can drop the links to the chat for both of them, right? So for our global folks, and again, it looks like our video stalled again, so hopefully you can just hear me here. I'll keep the machine cam on so that way you know that we're still here, folks. I don't know what's going on with our camera, but it looks like our audio is fine. So here we go. So this is the link to the global website. And for our US users, we have this website. And Roloff, can you get that pulled up here? Let's see if we can share, even though our camera's not working. We'll see what technical issues we have here. Yeah, go ahead and grab that guy and we'll pull you through. So we have a couple ways going on. As we mentioned, the retail price for the Cyclone Dust Collector will be $5.99, but you can get it for $4.99 through our pre-sale event, right? So what that's going to entail is that you can actually purchase a voucher through our website for $10. And that voucher will then give you a $110 coupon that you can use at checkout, right? So that is how you can actually secure this for a price of $4.99. And again, the pre-sale is live, and we will walk you through that once we sort of get some of our technical issues straightened out here.
I am working on it. We are almost there. I'm going to share
the page. Here we
There
go. And that looks good on our stream, other than, again, our main cam maybe might cut out again, but you can see it. So here we go.
Yeah.
Early access voucher. So here's how you get your Cyclone Dust Collector.
Yeah. So what you first have to do, the best deal you'll get, is to secure your coupon code by paying the $10, as you can see on this website. So I just had a pop up here.
Yeah, it's okay. Yep. So that's just showing you that you can win the. That's the pop up for our stream there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, there we go.
So
So what you can do is you spend the $10 to reserve a coupon code. So when the product goes live in middle of September, then you can use that coupon code to get $110 off.
Yes.
We will also explain that on the website. You can see all the details on the website. Everything should be here to explain how this works. So the best deal is just to go to the website to secure your $10 to get the discounted 110 coupon.
Right, which means that when your actual purchase checkout price for this will be $4.99. Right, and again, that's going to end mid-September, which is when this will actually go on sale. So folks that purchase this voucher now to do those savings, you will be able to use that voucher, use that discount code to give you the discounted Cyclone at checkout. But there's more, Roloff. There is more, which is actually for all of our stream viewers only. We are also offering a free replacement filter with the coupon code FREEFILTER. So if you use the coupon code FREEFILTER at checkout when you purchase that voucher, let's see if we can do this. Can I see here? So let's see if we can actually add this guy to cart, right? I know that our technical internet here is not going super well, which is fine. So we're going to add this guy to cart. And then when you go to checkout with your voucher, you can use FREEFILTER in the cart. So go ahead and go to checkout there. And you should be able to use free filter, which will give you a free replacement filter along with your dust collector, right? So head back over there, type in free filter, all caps,
Free
filter, apply.
apply.
Watch what happens. So what that's going to do, looks like you're buying some treadmilling bits too there, Roloff. But what that's going to do is that's going to take your Cyclone voucher. It's going to take you down to $9. And that's going to give you not only the $110 coupon to purchase your Cyclone Dust Collector, but also throw in some spare free filters as well. Somebody asked earlier, do we sell free filters when this goes live, when this launches in mid-September? We are going to, of course, sell replacement filters. The price of that will be $30 for a single replacement multi-stage filter cartridge, and then $50 for 2 filter cartridges as well. So we will be selling those. And I think we're back here, which is super cool. Hopefully you guys can see us okay. Hi again. We did a quick camera switch while we were talking there. So we're going to keep this little guy on because that's where our sound's coming in. And we're going to keep the big one on so you guys can see us here, right? So let's see if I can make this look a little better. Hang on one sec. There we go. Hi, folks. Technical issues with the camera, but hopefully that made sense. Let's go through that one more time. So Rolo, what you're saying is, for me to get the Cyclone Dust Collector at the best possible price, as quickly as possible when it goes live in mid-September, I should go on our pre-sale event and I should buy that $10 voucher right now?
Yeah. Then you get the $10, with that $10 voucher, we will send you a discounted code that you can use when the pre-sale ends and when the orders go live.
Awesome. Yeah. And that will be in mid-September. And for our stream viewers only, again, in just 3 days, so that's ending on July 31st, you can also use the coupon code FREEFILTER to not only get that discount on the Cyclone Dust Collector, but also get a spare replacement filter thrown in with that purchase when that goes live. Yeah. Super cool. Super cool. So again, sorry for the minor technical issues there, folks, but thank you for staying with us. I'm seeing lots of positive comments and things coming in. There's the link. Will the adapter be ready? I assume you're talking about this vacuum adapter, this hose pipe, everything we showed you in the stream. So the data connection cable, the power cable, and all this stuff is included with that Cyclone, along with the laser filter, which we did not use during the stream because we didn't do any laser engraving, but this guy is also included with your Cyclone purchase as well as we go. And that is, again, live on our website right now, as you can see. So we've officially launched the pre-sale there.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Should we give a couple more away?
I think let's let's end of the stream.
One more giveaway, folks. One more giveaway before this ends. So get your keyboard ready. We have one more keyword, one more giveaway. Let's open this. And folks, remember that free filter coupon code only lasts for 3 days, up until the 31st.
So I'm gonna make the text
hashtag
what do you call this?
Filter.
Not caps locks. Filter.
Capital F.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ready? Here we go, folks. Last giveaway. Hashtag filter.
Let's go. Entry
2 more Cyclone Dust Collectors being given away before we close out the stream here. Who's it going to be? How we do? We got coming in?
Who's it going to be? 140 people, 155.
Here we go, folks. I know we've already given 4 of these Cyclone Dust Collectors away. 2 more.
I'm sure we can get it through at 300 this time.
Yeah, let's see. Come on, everybody. Okay, again, remember, you can only enter once, and you have to spell it exactly like we do. So hashtag FILTER with a capital F.
I am seeing some spelling mistakes.
Yeah, watch your spelling here, folks. And again, remember that if you are watching, you can do these comments from YouTube or Facebook. Our Instagram viewers, your comments cannot be entered in this contest, YouTube and Facebook. And I see a lot of folks coming in from YouTube, a bunch of you coming in from Facebook as well. Remember to not only be a winner, you also need to be a subscriber and follower for our Makera social channel. So if you haven't already done that, folks, press that subscribe button, that like button, and that follow button to make sure you can be a recipient of the prizes. Where are we at? Did we hit 300? We're so 294.
Close. Come on, guys.
Come on, folks. 295.
5 more people.
Who's spelling things wrong? Let's get things in here.
There we go.
Hashtag filter.
We're about to hit 300.
$299.
And on 300.
And we go. All right,
go.
here we go. Drawing. 2 more Cyclone Dust Collectors. Who's going to be a recipient here? Ready, steady. Winner number 5 is Bill Brown. Congratulations, Bill. You just received, or you haven't received it yet, but you will receive our Makera Cyclone Dust Collector, right? So congratulations, Bill. But we have one more. One more to give away. Let's do one more draw here for the stream. And go. The last winner of the stream and the kickoff events. Aaron Kaminsky. Sorry if we butchered your names. But congratulations, Aaron, and you and the other 5 winners all will receive an early access once we get these things shipped out, priority shipping for your Makera Cyclone Dust Collector once this goes live in mid-September. As a quick reminder for our winners here, what you have to do is, of course, like, follow, and subscribe to us on our Makera channels. Screenshot your account info, whether that's your Facebook or YouTube, depending on where you won from. Send that to info@makera.com. Our team will get in touch with you, figure out where you are in the world, so that way once these start to ship, yours will be the first batch to go out, along with all the folks that purchase once this goes live in mid-September.
That's correct.
Lots of stuff, Rolo. Some technical issues for the stream. We again apologize, folks, for some weird camera things. You know, you could practice and do these things as many times as you want, but then all of a sudden something goes wrong. So it's good that the dust collector performed great. The machine performed great. Hopefully our microphones sounded okay too throughout this. I think we just had one spotty camera. And again, thank you, everybody. We're also a little laggy right now, but we want to thank you all for joining us here. Before we let you go, couple quick reminders, right? So remember that not only do we have the pre-sale that just went live, we also have our Prime Day sale, right? So the Prime Day sale is running until July 30th. It's buy more, save more, right? So you can save up to $500 on your order, just with the different types of promotions that we have, depending on how much you spend. And that's, of course, a site-wide sale. But for our live stream viewers, you can also utilize the coupon code Prime Day, which is also good until the 30th. And that will give you an extra $100 savings on any machine purchase. So the Carvera or Carvera Air. So that's going to give you a lot of savings on our current promotions and things that we have going on right now for Prime Day.
Yes, and that's for the Prime Day, and then obviously the machine, the pre-sale for the Cyclone Dust Collector machine is live now. So spend that $100 or that $10 to get your coupon code, so you can get that $100 or $110 off to purchase the machine for $4.99.
Yep, and of course, don't forget about that free filter, which is only good until the 31st. You have just 3 days to use that to get you an extra spare filter that comes with your Cyclone Dust Collector when this starts to ship live. So listen, folks, there's a lot of things that we covered here. And again, this is our first launch, our first reveal. So there'll be a lot more content and things that come out for the Dust Collector soon. Stay tuned. Check out our YouTube channel for some different reviews and things like that when we sent a few of these out to a few beta testers. So there's already some content out there, some cool aluminum machining and things. And of course, we'll have many streams and much more to come in the very near future. But until then, everybody, thank you for joining us. It was good to have you all here, and we hope that you enjoyed the reveal. And of course, Roloff, thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to be here next to you, man. It was a lot of fun.
It's great. Thank you so much, guys. We will see you guys soon.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Bye-bye.